What do you think of the new quirks got for Shiggy and Bakugo? I don't know. I haven't looked at it only because it's leak stuff, and I try to stay out of my way when it comes to leak stuff. I fucking nope, no thank you. So I'll look at it when it shows up because like I can't even make videos on it and shit like that because otherwise I'd run the risk of getting like struck. I don't want to start doing like speculation videos or anything. Wait a minute. This shit, the copy speed actually picked up. Look at this. Ah, god damn. Alright, so S tier, in my opinion, I don't know, maybe y'all can drop some input in it. Maybe sway my mind. But in my opinion, and this is not ordered, I feel like S tier is gonna go to these jerks. I want to say no, not Froppy Toga. This is my S tier. Toga has no cooldowns. Literally just got buffed, so she can keep using her gamma. Her gamma actually does mad damage, and really just has a great track. Ida, yeah, top 6. Yeah, Ida too. But there was no Toga was already high ranking. And then Toga getting buffed on top of already being high ranking is like that made no sense to me, bro. I don't understand. She literally has no cooldowns. 0. Transform to anybody she picks. Has no negative drawback to it. So if she uses Ida's thing, she can keep going, and then when she burns out, she just cancels it. And then uses her gamma again. Pretty good counter to Mount Lady too. Can just keep going giant. I mean, she takes Mount Lady blood, she goes giant, gets out of it, takes Mount Lady's blood again. You know, it's really hard to go giant with a Toga sitting around who's just gonna take your blood anyway. Ida, that gamma is ridiculous. It's hard to hit him, and that beta kick just does so much damage. And the hit and run playstyle has never been so strong. Because like, when Ochako was spinning a car, at least she was getting shot the fuck up by like different teammates and shit. This bitch, he just runs in, kicks you, leaves. Like it doesn't. It's so dumb. It's so dumb, and you can't catch you. You're not catching him. Todoroki still has the freezing bug glitch, where he can double freeze. I don't care if his alpha got nerfed; it wasn't enough. The speed of his alpha is still pretty good, and he can still hit 2 alphas, and his team can still shoot you to death if you get frozen. So no, projectiles remain very strong, and he gets to sit here. Plus his getaway game on the ground is still, still pretty good. All Might, annoying as ever, still flying around, still surviving, still dealing high damage. I mean, All Might's like better than Kirishima if I was going to order it, only because he's got way better mobility than Kirishima. But they both just survive just as long, and All Might doesn't even have hardening, so like, what the hell? The Twister, the freaking, the armored beta, the high damaging alpha, it all adds up. And the only people to stop him from twistering is Aizawa. Wait, can Cementos stop the twister? I'm actually not sure about that. But I know Aizawa can stop it, and I know that Ochako and Ibarra can stop it. Dabi, Gamma can stop it, but like, Dabi has to be right next to him when he does it. Basically, there's not a lot of answers to Twister, because generally when they're using Twister, they're just using it to get away and just survive longer. So, just a nuisance. High damage, high sustainability, has Doesn't his armor on all 3 moves doesn't care what you do. This character is just a huge problem right now. Super, super huge problem. Wait, pause. Huh? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. This isn't the place to ask for that. I literally don't know you, and that's your first message in here. So Aizawa goes to A tier. Great mobility. Is able to square up with pretty much anybody in the cast on a 1v1, especially in a team fight. He can hold his own, or he can support his teammates. You can do a lot of damage off of grabbing somebody if you're working with your teammates, depending on team comp. So just super solid pick. People said his alpha was buggy. I haven't experienced it yet, so I guess like whatever was buggy, it's just not as buggy, or maybe it just happens rarely, but it's not enough for me to like put him any lower. Bakugo, still good, but not as good as the rest of these characters. And I want to say that the nerfs have actually hit him hard, especially with the recent nerf of him not being able to shoot through walls and get the same amount of like high damage. It should have always been like that, but you know, here we are. I don't see him being better than the top 6 up here. Like he again, you know, he's still good. There's no, in my opinion, there's no like bad characters. There's 0 bad characters. There's just some that are better than others. Kendo's A because she's a nuisance. High damage. You can't ignore her. Her claps hurt really badly. She's got a giant ass shield to protect her teammates. She can throw people. She can throw her teammates to catch up to people who are trying to run away. Yeah, just it's easy A. Like that character is just so good. Froppy, high speed, hard to hit. Does decent damage now. Not a lot of damage, decent damage. Insta-res, not really much more that needs to be said. Who else is A tier? Deku. Actually, I'm gonna be real. I'm unsure on Deku. He can still snipe. He still has the bullets, but the reason why I'm unsure is because I don't know how much that recent nerf hit him. I don't know how hard that recent nerf hit him with the gamma nerf. I still feel like he's A though, only because like I don't see him being as better than the top 6, but I also don't see him being trash just because his kit in general is just so good. Like the pickup, the infinite pickup res. You've got the range, you've got the damage, the armor on the gamma, on the beta. You've got combos with Black Whip if you wanted to, and you've got the sniping. Definitely solid. Who else is A? Would I get hate if I put Dunky in A? Momo's definitely A for sure. Momo would be at the top of A. Maybe? Nah. I'm not ordering it. I'm not doing it. I don't know. She wouldn't be at the top of A. But we'll get back to Denki. Yeah, so Momo cannons that hit for 300 and then could possibly ended up hitting for 450. Really stupid. I hope these cannons get nerfed. You can't hear them coming. They will literally just if you're in a party, if you're fighting another party and you get third partied, and these cannons come in and just whop you, like you're done. It's game over. She doesn't need her beta. Her A is pretty good keep away game. Cannons are super super dumb, and it's not even just about third party. If she knocks you down, she can put a cannon to your left, a cannon to your right, and that limits your options. Like it's area of denial. She has such huge area of denial just because of the recent buff to her cannons, and you really don't want to get hit by the cannon because you'll just lose a shit ton of life. So this character is just nutty. This character is ridiculous. She's also got combo setups. She can stun you with alphas too, to allowing her teammates to shoot you. This character is nasty, super super nasty. I would argue that if she alphaed you, like it's pseudo like bad freeze because she can't shoot you since she has you in the stun lock, but her teammates can still shoot you as if Todoroki froze you. So if you time the alphas, yeah, that character's pain in the ass. I want to say, yeah, Denki belongs up here because Denki is a problem. I don't understand why he gets 2 gammas at level 1. And if you get touched by 1 gamma, you lose so much life. It can just come around a corner and tap you, and you're just like, oh, okay. Well, there goes all my life. But yeah, him having 2 gammas gives him good getaway game because he has mobility, and his alpha's actually hurt. I think his alpha is probably the only alpha from the strikers that are unchecked, except for Shiggy. I think him and Shiggy are the only ones who haven't been touched as far as like nerfs or buffs. I think Denki's the only true assassin type. Yeah, I can see that. I could really see that. I don't like getting hit by him, even on the highest health character, because he can really just screw up the flow of battle. I'm gonna put Cementos in a Instares. He just never stops throwing alpha, especially since that recent buff he had. His beta hurts like hell, and he can float in the air with his gamma and still provide damage. Really solid character. I kind of want to break up the A's a little bit just to make the B's and C and D worth something. So like if I was going to, we'll do this. Yeah, because I could say everybody's like nobody. There's no bad character in this game, and then literally stick everybody in A. But I'm not gonna do that. So we'll put like as annoying as Denki is, it's not unbeatable. It's not. He's kind of like a one trick pony. Like he shocks you and then he gets you. My gripe with Cementos is that he can't run away. So if he gets focused by like All Might, he's pretty much done for. If he gets focused by like Aizawa, if he gets focused by Mount Lady, Toga can take his blood and revive her own teammates. Froppy can annoy the shit out of him. Bakugo definitely flying up in the air and shooting through his blocks. Like, yeah, there's so many downsides to playing him, but he's still a solid pick. I just don't see him being as much of a nuisance as these characters at the top. Who else belongs in B tier? Shiggy. I think Shiggy deserves to be here. Especially on a new map. Shiggy, so the buff to Shiggy's puddle being able to reach vertically, that's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous, and it hurts. It hurts to try to get away from, especially in like a small circle that's closing. There's no room. His level 9 puddle is ridiculous, and of course his alpha still melts quick as ever. And we were talking about, his alpha not getting touched along with Denki's, but yeah, his alpha is just ridiculously strong. Has great getaway game, honestly. Like puddle and then puddle into gamma. Like his mobility is actually pretty nice, but he still can't do anything about people in the air. So and that really hurts him. Endeavor, the recent nerfs, running out of his special is super super tough for him, especially when he wants to run away. I mean, he could try to use betas to keep people at bay, but it depends on the area that he's in. And there's just not a lot of situations in where he's just like, if somebody wants to hawk Endeavor down, he's getting cleaned up. But if nobody's checking him, he can do a bunch of damage. It's just the problem of like, Shiggy can get away better than Endeavor can. Endeavor get away is just really terrible. I'm gonna put Compress here in B2, or yeah, Compress is Alpha, still super good. His special action, not so great. Not so great at all. However, the ability to reflect is still strong in my opinion, and deleting people's shields off of one alpha, if he lands that marble on you, which shouldn't be that hard at all, honestly. It's just a singular marble. Still makes him super strong in that regard. So nobody in this B tier is to be slept on. Just because they're in B tier doesn't mean they're bad. It just means they're not as strong as the other people. And then we have these chuckle fucks because her alpha's bugged for some reason. She has terrible mobility, and you don't have to be next to her. The recent buff to her alpha is cool and all, but the fact that she is bugged since that update, and people can literally just like walk through the middle of her alpha for whatever reason, it happens all too often, and I think she's a terrible pick in that regard. But she does provide good support. She does provide good damage, and the insta res is also really, really her only saving grace in my opinion. But she can definitely square up with like a Kirishima for a little bit if she felt like grabbing his ass. The car nerfs really, really hurt. I don't know why they did more. It's not even just about the car nerf. It's all the betas. All the betas got slapped for whatever reason, and I have no idea why. Because the car was the only thing people were complaining about. And now she can't even wake up car to beat another car on top of her. So she lost a defensive option. It's hard for her to wake up and jump and alpha away from something when somebody like Momo's just smacks her. So she can't get away, and she's stuck there. She has a gamma, but that gamma's reactable, and somebody can roll it, meaning like she'll miss it no matter how big the gamma is. If she gets a gamma, she has to coordinate with her team. Yeah, and she has no pressure, and she has little reward. She already had little reward for smacking somebody with beta. Now it's just like you're gonna spend a lot of resource trying to hit beta. You can't, even in the combo where you gravity lift them, grapple towards them while they're lifted, and then try to hit them with beta, it can be kind of difficult because of the changes to the verticality of beta. So it just whiffs sometimes, and it's like, well, there goes your damage. This character is awful. Like, there's no reason you should play the speed character when characters like Froppy and Ida exist. She's not even really a crowd controller anymore, in my opinion. Just terrible. Dobby with the recent nerf, I think, yeah, okay, so his special actually burns people if they stand in it, but he's also back down to 300 HP instead of 350. No. His alpha is still dodgeable, easily dodgeable or blockable. Cementos could block it. Compress is gonna reflect it. You've got Momo who can just slap a shield down. You've got Striker Deku who can just put down a rock. Oh yeah, I'd put Striker Deku in A as well too, because Striker Deku is actually pretty solid. He doesn't have high mobility, but he's got a lot of like jumpiness to him, especially if you start leveling up his gamma. His kick does true damage. It's only 50, but it still hurts, especially when he lands it. He can gamma into beta, which is a neat little combo. He can make characters sit down like Kirishima if he shoots them twice. He can make Mount Lady sit down. It's just not, super strong. He's just a solid character, solid pick. But yeah, Robrose, yeah, Dabi. Just defensive. He's not offensive, and he's even less defensive considering that he can't stay alive as much anymore. Yeah, I think the bone wraps it up. That's pretty much how I feel about this meta, and I don't like this meta. Should we order this? Nah, I'm not gonna order it. That's too much. Nope, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Especially in a team-based game, it's too much. I'm not gonna order it. But yeah, this is pretty much how I feel about the. It's pretty much how I feel about the meta right now. We're starting to see more of Momo's. We weren't a couple days ago, but now we're starting to see more of her. She's really dumb. Really, really dumb. We don't really see any Aizawas. I don't know if that's because people don't like to play that character or what, but I mean, Aizawa was still pretty solid. It's not ordered. They're just in the same tier. Like, these are the 3 people I would not want on my team in this meta. Hell no. Try to organize each tier from strongest to weak. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Nope, nope, nope. Just keep in mind, when it comes to this tier list, it's not about who's better than who. Because I think Toga's better than Mount Lady, but that doesn't mean Toga should be on, like, S+ tier. You know? Cementos can easily destroy a Momo, but that doesn't mean Cementos is better than Momo. This meta is mobility. No. It's not. Unless you're Ida. But even then, Ida... There's only but so much Ida can do when it comes to Kirishima, All Might, and Mount Lady. Ida still has low life, so if Ida gets clipped by 1 beta from Mount Lady, holy fuck. Like, it's lights out for him. And that's the really stupid thing about Mount Lady, is like, all it takes is 1 beta and you're fucking denkied, essentially. It's like, why would you... I don't know. They really need to revise her beta. They can leave it armored, I'm fine with that, but take away the fucking stun. The stun on her armor is so stupid. Yeah, the stun on her beta. The kendo fix? Oh, to the Ida kick? Ida was the only one who kicked through kendo. She was the only one.